Hello, and welcome to our lesson on risk management. This segment will cover Identify Risks Part 1. Effective risk management begins with a thorough understanding of potential risks and their likely consequences. Identifying and predicting these risks is the initial step in managing them. When a risk and its consequences prove to be significant, strategies are sought to either avoid or mitigate the risk to an acceptable level. The definition of acceptable is contingent upon the risk tolerance of project stakeholders and managers. Experienced individuals often exhibit a more cautious approach, being more risk-averse due to their understanding of potential risks and their implications. In contrast, less experienced stakeholders may demonstrate a higher risk tolerance, often due to a lack of awareness of the risks or ignorance of the potential consequences. In the context of projects, risk is sometimes characterized as the risk of failure, indicating the possibility of falling short of schedule, budget, or technical performance goals. The methods discussed for identifying risks can also be employed to identify opportunities, such as projects with significant potential for additional rewards, savings, or benefits. However, more commonly, these methods are utilized to assess the risk of failure. One approach to identify project risks is to follow the project chronology, examining various phases and stages in the life cycle, such as project feasibility, contract negotiation, system concept, definition, design, and fabrication. Each phase presents unique challenges and problems that could potentially impede the project or lead to failure. Project risks can also be categorized based on the type of work or technical function, such as engineering risks related to product reliability or production risks associated with manufacturability and resource availability. The process of identifying project risks begins early in the conception phase, focusing on discovering high-risk factors that could make the project challenging to execute or destined for failure. High risks often arise from factors like using an unconventional approach, attempting technological advancements, introducing new tasks or skills, developing and testing new equipment, systems or procedures, or operating in an unpredictable environment. When evaluating multiple projects, a comparative assessment is necessary to help managers decide which projects, based on the trade-offs of relative risks, benefits, and available funding, should be approved. The Identify Risks process involves recognizing both specific project risks and overall sources of project risk while documenting their attributes. The primary advantage of this process lies in the comprehensive documentation of existing individual project risks and the sources contributing to overall project risk. The identification activities encompass a diverse group, including the project manager, project team members, project risk specialists, if assigned, customers, subject matter experts from outside the project team, end users, other project managers, operations managers, stakeholders, and risk management experts within the organization. It is particularly essential to involve the project team, fostering a sense of ownership and responsibility for identified individual project risks, the overall project risk level, and associated risk response actions. The Identify Risks process may nominate risk owners for individual project risks, confirmed during the Perform Qualitative Risk Analysis process. Preliminary risk responses may be identified and recorded, subject to review and confirmation as part of the Plan Risk Responses process. Identifying risks is an iterative process. The frequency of iteration and participation in each risk identification cycle is situation-dependent and is explicitly defined in the risk management plan. This is the end of this segment of our lesson. In the next segment, we shall discuss Identify Risks. Part 2. This course is presented to you by South Europe College. Thank you for listening, and see you on our next segment.